There we go. Test, test, test. Hey everybody, hope you guys are going well. It's been a pretty good Monday so far as me personally, but now it's time to talk about cryptocurrency, whether you guys should be buying or selling. We're going to be talking about a few different things like that today. There's also some altcoins that are still popping. We'll be talking about those. And then really it's going to be a day where I answer a lot of you guys' questions. At this point, we've seen what the CPI data was, 3.1%. I'll actually pull it up right here. And then I also just want to pull up, there we go. And then I also want to pull up some information about what's coming out tomorrow, because, Jerome Powell's coming out and doing some talking as well. So, this over here, somebody's trying to message me on my phone. Make sure my volume is off. There we go, buddy. And one last thing here, just because I know I'm going to forget, I always got to put that affiliate link in here, otherwise I get in trouble. Hey Larry, happy to see you back, man. Hey GOP Ovudu, can't pronounce the name properly. Sounds like a card I got. I got one of those smart business cards, and I think that's the same exact name actually. Alright, so big news of the day here, everybody. I know there's a lot of stuff trending on Twitter right now. That one guy from that one cop show passed away, and then we have Ukraine talk going on. That's not going to really affect the majority of what we're dealing with today. So the big thing here is right now we had inflation come back down to 3.1%. Not the lowest of the year, but it's still trending back and down into that good area. Hopefully we can continue to go down month after month here. And if we do get back down to 2.9%, just sub 3%, I'll be pretty happy with the opportunity for us to cut rates sometime in probably May or June or something like that if the economy continues to slow at this rate. But the numbers were kind of mixed here. So the headline inflation number was 3.1%, but as I watched Fox Business this morning, I was streaming it on my, oh yeah, I didn't get any sleep last night, fun for me. I was watching on my phone. But as I was watching Fox Business and CNBC this morning, before I passed out maybe around like 7 o'clock, no, I just got coffee. But basically, there was some kind of mixed numbers in here. So the underlying was maybe a little bit hotter than expected because they saw things like car prices go up, used car prices go up, which is kind of crazy because we've all seen those videos probably on TikTok or YouTube about those auctions and how nobody's bidding up those cars anymore, and how car dealers are getting stuck with all these cars in the lot and then nobody's buying them because of higher interest rates. You think the prices might come down more and more, but nobody seems to be buying them even with the lower prices here. So that was kind of interesting. But inflation's still a little bit harder than expected. I'll probably go over here to CNBC to start this off. And fine, I will allow ads once. But fuck's sake. There we go. Here was the inflation breakdown for November 2023 in one chart. That way you guys can have a better idea. There we go. Inflation declined slightly last month on the back of weaker prices at the gasoline pump and a broader easing of price pressures throughout the U.S. economy, experts said. The consumer price index in November increased 3.1% from 12 months earlier, down from 3.2% in October. A very tiny move, but it matched expectations, basically. There is still a lot of disinflationary pressure in the system, which will likely drive inflation even lower heading into 2024, said Sarah House, senior economist at Wells Fargo Economics. Not really a fan of economics, Wells Fargo, but their Wall Street team seems to be okay. So basically, juices and drinks, I don't know if you guys noticed this, they have gone up a lot. I used to get Mexican cola quite a bit because it's my favorite type of thing, get the cane sugar. Up 18% in 1 year. Uncooked beef roast up 12% or 12.5%. Sauces and gravies. Can I zoom in on this very fast? I mean, I don't know how much of this stuff you buy. I mean, baby food and formula, that's up almost 8%. I would assume parents realize that, as they're going out. Crackers, breads, other fats and oils, frozen vegetables, other uncooked poultry, including turkey. That's not up as much. Thank God. Vending machines. I mean, we've just seen a lot of stuff pop up. Electricity seems to be a little bit better now. I'm kind of happy about that. Motor vehicle insurance up 20%, admission to sporting events up 16%. So you can see how bad everything's been since the last year. But we'll have to watch this a little bit more closely here over the next few months. But yeah, all items 3.1%. But you know, you can see where if you are have a large family, you guys are paying a bunch more as far as inflation is concerned. Now, I think it's day after tomorrow. I don't think it's tomorrow here. No, it is going to be tomorrow. Okay. So it looks like tomorrow we have the... Is this 2023? Yeah. We have our last Fed meeting here. I doubt they're going to raise interest rates even if inflation didn't fall down too much. I think they're giving up on tackling inflation like in a very hard-mannered way. They've gotten to where they need to go. Inflation's coming down slowly, not fast, but slowly. And I think they're just afraid of tipping us into a recession, so they're not going to do anything tomorrow. They may come out and say some rah-rah stuff saying, oh, yeah, we need to hire for longer. We still haven't seen the deflation that we're looking for. I think that'll be the gist of what they're going about tomorrow. Now, as far as Bitcoin is concerned and everything like that, we'll get into that in just a second. And hey, like, big day for Regeneron, new record highs again, even at 863 is cheap. I own some, but I don't know. I don't really plan on selling it. It's kind of one of those things where I took a chance and it's working out, and I'm just gonna keep on holding it and see where it goes, because eventually I think it's gonna need to have a split and come back down to like $200 or so, just a 3-to-1 split or something similar, and I think it'll work out. But as far as Bitcoin's concerned right now, I told you guys to give you my opinion once we kind of had the CPI report, and then we're going into the Fed meeting tomorrow. At this point, I would still be leaning towards, well, let me show you the 4-hour chart here. We haven't had the MACD crossover just yet. I would say if we can get the MACD to cross over sometime later on tonight, I would probably take an opportunity here to start buying some Bitcoin, just because I would expect us to have a larger move back up here towards 42,500. From there, there's going to be a little bit of resistance, but I think we might be able to blast back up towards 43,000. But I'm going to be waiting for that MACD here on the 4-hour chart. And you can see the stochastic had a false signal here earlier this morning with no MACD support, no change of character, so no real reason to buy. But we had one signal there, and apparently it wasn't enough. The 2 hours have shown more growth here. For the oscillators, I've been liking what I see there. And basically, if you guys are looking for a shorter, easier way to say, hey, I want to buy, I'm kind of watching to see if we manage to break and hold above the 20 moving average on the 2-hour chart. That might make it easier for me to actually want to buy. At this point, I'm still a little leery of just hopping right in, but I'd be going more into the buying camp, more bullish camp than bearish camp here. Like I said last time when we were talking over here, oh no, right here, excuse me. I told you guys that aggressive traders are going to be attacking this right now. I think aggressive traders are going to be looking to buy right around here, and they're going to be playing it back up to at least 42,000, so like $1,000 gain, or they're going to be looking for it to go back up here towards 42,500, basically just this level of resistance right up here. I'm looking at it. I see it looking like it wants to squeeze with those moving averages there, and then on top of that, if I just pull this back a tiny bit, you can see that trend line. So you got different opportunities here if you're waiting for a clear sign to buy. For me, you know, I see consolidation. I see we're at the lower end of the consolidation. I'd be willing to take some longs here. It's just FOMC is going to make me hesitant all over again. I would still be more bullish here than bearish. My stop loss, if I am trading right now, is going to be a simple one right down here, about 40,690. Usually when in these circumstances, if something else is close, I might just dip it right here. So I might make it actually 40,560-ish, and that'd be a decent enough stop loss. So it's not going to be something extreme. It's a stop loss of 1.36%. With the 10x leverage, it's close to 10.5%, something similar to that. So, you know, I'm not going to cry myself to sleep if I lose 10% on an investment here. Or heck, if you go 30x, you'll be losing 30% here. But it's not too bad. The ratio is there because you'd be expecting to trade this for maybe until the end of day tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And then from there, you're looking at it to get back up here to 42,500. On the nicer side here, if you want to get even more bullish than that, we're looking for a bounce above the 20-day moving average here. That would really take us all the way back up here to 43,500. Or let me just say back up here towards 42,869, kind of close to that 42,500 level. My main concern really is on the bearish side. If you are more bearishly inclined, so to speak, excuse me. We are still very close to that 20-day moving average. If the Jerome Powell comes out. He says something very negative, which he's going to be hawkish, but I don't think he has any ammo left to do it. Like, oh, let's do another 25 basis point rate hike. I don't think he has the guts to do something like that. That downside for tomorrow is that Bitcoin comes back down towards $38,000, $39,000. It would be a pretty seismic move. But again, I don't really foresee that happening. I think what we've seen so far this week, right? Is the dollar continue to consolidate? Nothing really crazy happening. We have had a slight uptick, but even with the data that came in today, no real big moves here at all. So watching it closely, you might see some type of breakout in the future here if you're waiting for the dollar to get, way back up here to higher levels. But there's nothing really crazy happening right now besides some of the news events that are going to be taking place. So I'd be more on the long side here. It's just a higher risk proposition. Most of you guys are probably just going to want to wait for that crossover. Like I said, if I'm looking for a reason to buy, I'm still going to wait for that MACD to turn positive. That way I'm just not stuck and I buy and then I get stop lost. I want to see a little bit more consolidation happen here. I was hoping in this process we might have been somewhere closer to here, but my mind didn't really track it properly. I was hoping we might be something right over here by now, waiting for that pop or breakdown, but that definitely didn't happen. So I would still say overall, just take some time. If you guys are aggressive traders right now, this is the time to buy. If you guys are more cautious like me, you're basically just waiting another 8 to 16 hours here. No, this is 4 hour chart. Excuse me. 8 to 12 hours. And with those 8 to 12 hours, if we continue to consolidate and we're not falling off a cliff, I'd be more likely to go long on this one. But for now, just because the MACD hasn't crossed over in the stochastics, it's giving me signals, but it's not enough because, there's not really any bullish move right here that you can see. I'm going to hold off until I get that MACD confirmation. From there, if the stochastics also gone back to being bullish, because right now it's back to being negative, I'll be happy to kind of grind back up here. And again, with the FOMC meeting coming out tomorrow, I think there's a good possibility for us to go up, but I just don't want to be caught in a nasty move. So if you ask me for my professional opinion, wait, give it 8 hours, give it 12 hours, and then from there you'll have an opportunity to really get a good understanding if you should be buying or not. If you want to be more aggressive, you guys will be buying right now. Your stop loss, like I said, will be somewhere around 1 to 1.5%. It's not going to be crazy, but a lot of you guys have been telling me that if you guys are trading spot, which I don't know why you might be trading spot with Bitcoin, it's just harder to have those. It's harder to have those stop losses when you're trading Bitcoin on spot. So sometimes, if you're sleeping and the Bitcoin crashes 5-6% or something like that, you wake up and there was no selling that went on, so you're just holding a small back now and you're kind of waiting for Bitcoin to pop back up. That's really the thing here. And so I would say bullish, but give it some time here because I'm saying bullish, but I haven't seen that MACD crossover yet. When that MACD crosses over on the 4 hour chart, you can have a confirmation of bullishness, I guess. Right now, if I go over here to the 15-minute chart, you can see some pressure trying to push us down right now. Nothing too crazy, right? But you see the MACD crossed over and the stochastic turned over and a change of character. That would probably lead us to come back down a little bit more, really testing out some of these prior support levels currently around 40,700 or 40,400. Really, it all depends because, I'm just hoping at the end of the day, all I want to see is a higher low and I want to see those build off. Last time we broke the higher lows, you saw what happened. I think we talked about this yesterday or last night. Right there. I ended the stream right here. No, that's not where I closed it. Did I close it? 6 a.m. Oh, it was right here. Nope. There we go. We talked about the breakdown that was probably going to happen here. So I ended the stream right here and it went down a little bit of a day trade. You saw the reversal right here with the double bottom breakout. Stochastic and stuff didn't work out too much, but probably on the 5 hour is probably a solid play. Yeah, consolidation, breakout here, green right here, yeah. Or I guess you could have just waited for the MACD crossover right there, or the change of character. But anyway, so far you're seeing some bearish moves as we start off today. I just want to be extra careful because of all the news coming around. And usually a lot of volatility that happens on Bitcoin's prices, it tends to happen about 12 to 24 hours after the announcement of data. So in today's report, I thought it was okay. Wasn't great, wasn't bad. It was okay data. That's enough for Bitcoin to soar back up here if it can just hold. The big thing is just managing to hold. Regeneron is 43% of my portfolio. That is a huge portfolio right there. Hathaway, ASML, and Daily Journal, 73% of my portfolio. Oh yeah, but getting closer to finding a bottom here than trying to do a reversal. For me though, I'm still being slow and patient, just waiting. Oh, is my there we go. I said my connection was out for just a second. Hopefully that doesn't work out. There's some electrical crews working on my cul-de-sac right now, so I'm hoping they're not going to turn off my my Wi-Fi while I'm streaming with you guys. But yeah, but let's take a quick peek here just before we start going over some of the other charts. So there are still things moving up right now. Osmo's up, Atom's up, APT's up, Elf's up, and KuCoin is still up right now. So you are seeing those moves, but right now you're seeing them give a little bit of those moves back because Bitcoin's taking that little bit of a drop here over the last like 20 to 30 minutes or so. Let me go back over here. There we go. Page 2, I think, had a little bit more, but basically there's some opportunities here if you're still looking to go. Well, actually, no, those ones are coming back down too. A lot of stuff's coming back down, it looks like, as far as those ones that have been popping up. There we go. Anything up on the 1 hour? Elf seems to be the only thing I'd probably be looking to buy right now, but it's up like 113% in the last 30 days, so that thing definitely has some momentum here. As far as everything else is concerned, let me get rid of this drop down here. We don't need that one right now. We're just looking for this breakdown because I'm really hoping we can hold. Today's a big day, as you guys might imagine, for the technicals here because that 20-day moving average, which I always am scared of. You know, even as I look at these daily ones, the daily does kind of look at kind of bullish, bearish, excuse me, doesn't it? That stochastic crossover coming down pretty hard, the MACD accelerating on the downward side. It does actually look pretty bearish, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm still going to say I want to wait for that 4-hour chart to have that full MACD crossover with the stochastic crossover and that breakout if I'm going to be hopping in here. Otherwise, I'm probably going to be not trading anything at this point. Maybe looking at some shorts here, maybe some altcoins as they have some smaller breakdowns. But for whatever reason, I just totally skipped over the daily charts here, and I don't like what I'm seeing on the daily charts all too much. Let's hope that FOMC meeting can help us out a little bit more because those oscillators here, which I trust usually quite a bit, they're not working out the best right now. And we did have a change of character here, whether the chart wants to show it to me or not. We did have one. Maybe if I go over here to the 4-hour chart, yeah. MACD cross over here. Stochastic crossing over. Yeah, I want to see us break out above this before I buy. No, yeah, I think I changed my own mind on this one. Dogecoin still coming back down, breaking below support levels here. Ethereum at support levels, looking to probably try to hold here. If not, it's going to be coming back down to $2,000. Not the biggest drop, but you know, it'll freak people out, of course. ADA, yeah, ADA was it was sad. It had a breakout and it ended up still breaking down here just because of what happened to Bitcoin. ADA looks like it wants to break down again here tomorrow and probably come back down to 51 cents if it does have a crash as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Bonk is something I'd be heavily shorting right now if you guys are thinking about Bitcoin going down for whatever reason, because this thing is so overbought. I just don't have access to shorting it right now, which kind of sucks, but this is something you want to be careful with. Things like Ape Token coming back down a little bit. AVAX finally came down after having a magnificent run over the past week and a half. It's unfortunate it's coming back down, but you can see it breaking down below that 20 right here. And you saw the stochastic and the MACD crossover. Literally, that sell signal was it's right here probably. Well, that's a change of character for me, but crossover here and a crossover here. Yeah, that sell signal was right here. Then of course it took 8 hours before it actually fell down, but sometimes you gotta wait. Sometimes you gotta wait. Anything else doing anything right now? No, mostly everything else is coming down a little bit, like ID tokens down a little bit, Arbitrum's down a little bit. These are 4-hour charts, by the way. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at Arbitrum. It wanted to pump up again, but Bitcoin said pretty much no. All right, it sucks when you have to wait, but I'm going to be patient on this one. Because we're gonna get closer to an opportunity to have a golden cross here over the next few hours when it comes to the 1 hour. The 2 hour, all we're looking to do is break above the 20 here, and that'll be a good opportunity. But we don't want to start closing down below that 200 on the 2 hour chart. to me, that would symbolize we're going to retest back down here on 40,300 levels. And then, of course, that's where we either get a big bull hit or we get that attack by the bulls and they save us, or we get, hit by the bears here. Because let me bring this over here. So this is a 2-hour chart, but I'm just going to add the time frame to be the daily so we can see where that 20-day moving average is. It's really close here, guys. So get ready for some type of move. And of course, if you guys are really going to be technical here, we're close to having a smaller breakdown there and a continuation pattern. I'm really hoping we can find a way to hold here, because just as I was talking with you guys, because I haven't done much charting all day because I've been busy, the more I talk about this, the more I'm like, oh shit, looks kind of bearish, doesn't it? But I had to take a look at that daily chart though to really get me going here. All right, back down to the chart here. Yeah, not bad. Okay, back down to the 1-hour chart. There we go. And hey, Ken, happy to see you back. Hey, babyfish. What's right here? Hold on a second here. Check out Sats and Rats. I'll check out Sats. Sats. That was a really good short, especially on the hourly chart as it's breaking down. Actually, slow down a little bit more here. There's a little bit of divergence happening on the 15. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. I really hope this doesn't fall down too fast because it looks like a good shorting opportunity. I don't know what the market cap of this is though. I can't trade it out here in America because it looks like it was only on KuCoin and a few other exchanges out there that I don't have access to, but I'll have to check them out. I think this is a good opportunity to short though, for sure. At least for like a few more hours, because I'm not going to say that number, but coming back down to probably the 20 moving averages on the 1-hour chart and the 2-hour chart. 1 hour already breaking down below that. 2 hour, probably a good 20% drop here, right? Yeah, 20% drop. Yeah, I was right. So I think it's a good play for it now. Bitcoin at the moment, please don't let me down here. Is BNB retesting the 248 area or look like it's about to dump? It probably looks like it's about to dump us because I just talked myself into being bearish here. But the big thing for BNB is Binance is in turmoil right now. So BNB is going to be doing its own thing. The technicals, as you can see, are just freaking all over the place here. Support levels are broken. The weekly chart is kind of what you have to look at. You're looking at, what was it, the 248 area? Well, it's at 249, so that means you're looking for something on the lower end here. Daily chart. At most, it might come back down to 238 today if we have a dump as far as Bitcoin. You see that golden cross happen, so maybe you have an opportunity to kind of stick around here. But MACD is still strong. Stochastic is still looking okay. This is more of a scale out time than a buying time, though, for me. So let me hop this over here. Yeah, I would have already been selling around here, but I don't think this is the right run. Because all these technicals are whacked out, the Fibonacci's are just not going to be pretty no matter how I try to make this work. That one may be okay. There we go. That somehow that worked. Yeah, it just hit a Fibonacci level. It's hitting another level of support here. Go over to the 15-minute chart. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. All right, there's this little order block right here. Yeah, my head's not blocking it good. But we're looking to break down below right now, which kind of symbolizes to me we're moving back down here, probably to the lower 240s for sure. Probably breaking down below 248. Just because Bitcoin's looking kind of scary. I think people are just kind of really selling off on altcoins a little bit more quickly. The best thing is just to have a stop loss, and if the stop loss hits, it hits. You'll be fine regardless, as long as you're not like over leveraged or something like that. But babyfish, good short idea. The next hour is going to be spicy. Probably the next 8. Like right now, we're getting close to one of those times where it's going to be a big decision for whales and bulls and bears, basically, to decide: are we going to be pumping up? Are we going to try to pump this up, or we're going to let it burn and let it crash down here? So far, whales aren't really buying in at this point. hold on a second here, guys. Can you guys see that? No. There we go. There we go. I forgot I have like an awesome production light here that's like massive, and I just forget to use it because I have a light in my ceiling. And I have another light over there, but I'm not reaching over there to go get it. But yeah, this is kind of one of those pivotal moments on the chart where you're going to see bulls and bears go back and forth. Honestly, bears kind of have the advantage right now, but as we've seen a lot of times with Bitcoin, sometimes these things just lead to some really volatile moves. The downside has a lot of possibility just because of the 20-day moving average, but hopefully we can have some news come out or something with tomorrow with the rate hikes and stuff. That should still be a boost for Bitcoin, but we'll have to wait and see, because the dollar probably tomorrow is going to go lower. I would assume there's no real reason for it to spike up because we're not raising interest rates. And hey, Babyfish, you can trade them on BingX. Oh, BingX isn't allowed, I don't think, in Washington. If I go over here to BingX, yeah, there you go. I'm in a restricted region. Yeah, so I can't use BingX. I'm thinking it's a Washington State thing because I can't even access Kraken anymore. Kraken isn't available in Washington State anymore. What's right there? And hey, Bideford, hope you're doing well. By the way, going down, bro, now. Well, yeah, Bitcoin, yeah. Join the club. VPNs. I'm not going to get in trouble with VPNs here. That is something I don't want to get in trouble for, because that could affect my YouTube little thing I got going on here. I don't want to go to court for that type of stuff, and I don't even want to like tell you guys to get VPNs. You guys can talk about it in the comments for all I care. But I don't know. The SEC seems to come after a whole bunch of people, and the SEC, as you guys know, is pretty darn petty. So I don't want them having a reason to come after me, I guess I would say, right? But so far, I mean, Bitcoin's down about 2%. It's the altcoins that are starting to come back down. FTM is down about 7%. GTC is down 4.5%. Anything else really here pumping down? Comp is down 3.5%. XLM's only down 2.5%. Pepe is down 5%. So you're seeing that move, and I guess we just talked about this right here, didn't we? That's what you're seeing. So 15-minute chart, is it still tap tap? Well, we just talked about this a few seconds ago, right? Bearish, change character, bearish. That's what you've been looking at. Move to Mexico? I'm pretty much decided I want to move to Ecuador. That's gonna be my goal here. Oh, they're trying here. Here, let's go over here to the second chart. You can see they're being very energetic at this point. But this is the battle that we were talking about. I didn't expect it to happen within a few seconds of me talking about it, but you get the gist, right? We're at one of those points where if bulls can just hold right here for like another few hours, there's a good opportunity for Bitcoin to really have a pop here later on today. If they can't hold for the next few hours, then Bitcoin's down another $2,000 today, which means altcoins are probably down another 10-15% today. And some people haven't scaled out at all, or they're still wondering if Bitcoin can go higher, and they haven't taken any positions out so far. So those people are kind of wondering what's going on as well. Do I have my chart set to log scale? Yeah. Oh no, not right now actually. But yeah, usually I do. I only have them set to no log scale usually when I'm working on GAN fans or GAN boxes and GAN squares and things like that. Most of the time I'm okay with it. Oh, are we gonna manage to hold it? Well, not in the 5, maybe on the 15, but this dump did not seem good at all here. And let's see. Yeah, AVAX is down a little bit, but AVAX needs to come down a little bit after that rally. Breaking down below 20. I want to see if I can buy some AVAX, probably in the low 30s here, like $31, $30. The MACD and everything's already crossed. Oh, we already talked about the sell signal that came right here. AXS is still coming down. XRP, poor XRP. This thing has just not been able to rally like a lot of other stocks, coins out there. Excuse me. Like there have been clear buying signals. That's not what I'm talking about. Like we had this one right here. Right, so there's buy right there if you want to do that, or you can wait for the change of character if you really wanted to. There's a change of character here versus there. That's the one I would probably go after. But you saw that rally, and of course afterwards you saw the MACD crossover, the stochastic crossover right here, a sell signal right there. It kept on coming down. You didn't get the top, but that's okay. But throughout all this stuff, just because of the announcement that happened back in July, it really hasn't been able to go that much higher, which is really surprising to me. I thought XRP would have a really good rally. Maybe if I go over here to cryptocurrency.com or cryptomarketcap.com. XRP is 8% down for the month. Even Bitcoin, with this drop that we've had over the past few days, it's still up 10%. You know, BNB is better performing, and that's Binance's token. Solana's 14% up. Dogecoin's up 17% compared to XRP down 8%. It's wild how XRP has not found a way to really get the momentum back. It kind of feels like we're waiting for a different breakout in the future. And you can see right here, there was this trend line forming, but we didn't even retest it. I'm hoping to see something different in the future, but there's a golden cross coming. The stochastic turned green over here. MACD turned green. It gave you like maybe 2 weeks of pumping, maybe 3 weeks if you think about it. But yeah, XRP has been a pretty abysmal disappointment here. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's continuing to break down here. Let's see, hopefully we can move back up here. The 1 minute chart looks bullish. I'll have a nice little pop back up here for a scalp. Let's see, and hey, Gianluca, sorry for mispronouncing your name. Reminds me of pizza. What do you call? I had pizza a few days ago. It was good. It was a mushroom and pepperoni, mushroom and sausage with prosciutto on top, and then some cheese and peppers and something like that. It was good. What's my prediction for Crow? I mean, Crow's really overbought compared to a lot of things right here. Let's go to the weekly chart. So Crow's one of those things where basically they have some really cool plans for people that own a lot of their tokens if you guys use the crypto.com app. So usually when a bull market starts, this thing really likes to go parabolic. At this point, it looks like it just wants to continue consolidating. The stochastic is turning a little bit bearish. The MACD is still bullish in the weekly chart, so I'm not overly concerned. What I'm more concerned about right now is it looks like we're probably going to end up coming back down here to retest out the low 9s to high 8s here. And then if we start breaking down below that, then you're going to probably be more concerned, I guess, maybe with a level of just low 8, I guess, just around 0.081. Anything crazy here? The daily just turned bearish. So you're probably going to see this come back down a little bit here, but it'll give you a little bit of a warning besides the oscillators and stuff. Wait for that breakdown. If that breakdown happens, and you can be a little bit more bearish. A lot of people are probably using this as a stop loss right now, to be frank, just because this thing has had a really nice rally. I loved this rally here. I've owned Crow token for a long time just because it's an exchange token, but it rallied up here like 155% in a month. Fantastic. Right now, it's just taking a little bit of a breather. You can see how volatile it can be, but for me, if Bitcoin does take this next breakdown, you're going to see Crow come all the way back down here towards like 8.5 cents to about 8 cents over the next week and a half, as everything kind of consolidates for a while and tries to find that bottom. Because you see there's a 50-day moving average right here. Bitcoin has something similar creeping up just below that 20-day here. So if Bitcoin starts to come back down, then you're looking around 37,620 or so. But right now, we're just praying that Bitcoin can hold and consolidate for a few more hours, give everybody the opportunity to see us go back up. Because the daily chart's looking a little bit more bearish, but the 4-hour chart's giving us some hope for at least a little bit of a hold. Stochastic is turning, it's going neutral, I would say. We had a bullish sign and a bearish sign, but a stochastic bullish sign with no MACD bullish sign and no change of character, or no breakout, so to speak. It's kind of hollow here. There we go. And at least on the 15-minute chart, we managed to hold. Not the best, but it's a hold is a hold. A hold is a hold here. And hey, Ken, Ethereum Classic? Oh, yeah. Where is my Ethereum Classic, actually? There we go. Weekly chart testing out the 50. That's going to be interesting here. This had a huge whiplash compared to last week, but I guess a lot of stuff did. It hit this larger level of resistance, and it looks like it just got rejected off of that. You're not anywhere real close to resistance levels here. I mean, you could probably try to make a statement for that, but we haven't broken down below that yet. Bearish MACD, bearish stochastic. It looks like it wants to come back down a little bit more. That next support level seems to be closer to around $17, $18. I would say $18, so like $1.77 lower. Let me add on those order blocks for the price action concepts just so it's easier for you guys to see as well. There we go. But doesn't look terrible at this point. I would not be buying this at all right now. You can already see how the daily chart's looking to break down today. Not the end of the world, but you're going to notice that here pretty soon, especially if Bitcoin can't hold. The 4-hour chart. Yeah, again, we're getting closer where we can, this actually, the downward move accelerated here in the last 4 hours, 3 hours. Close to breaking down. If you're looking for a reason to buy, you definitely want to see some type of breakout along with those oscillators turning bullish, and you're not seeing the oscillators turn bullish all just yet. That momentum is still too strong on the downward side. Most people would probably be looking to short this sucker just because it's right at support. And let's see, 2-hour trying hard, but looking like it wants to cross over here. Stochastic's too choppy, so I won't use that. 1-hour chart, bearish on the MACD here. Stochastic is kind of choppy, change of character. Definitely looking more bearish here. Just hopefully we can manage to hold strong here and not actually have that breakdown. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's trying its best not to break down here. And it's holding on round one. I wouldn't say it's necessarily winning, but it's holding. It's definitely holding here. Can analyze big time? Let's see. I was in big time for a while just because it was on Fairdesk, but I'm out of it right now. It was a big mover here a while ago. Daily chart. Yeah, I got out of it like over here. Not at the top, close to over here because I sell too early. Let me see. Momentum is slowing down a little bit here. Daily chart still not looking terrible just yet. You're starting to see this this lower high movement here, so I wouldn't be necessarily buying though. 4-hour chart still looking okay. Really looks like it wants to plummet down here all at once if it does at all. Still a nice little uptrend. Structure still working out. Hit number 1, that's where I normally would sell. I'd give this a little bit more time and see if we can get it back down here towards 60 cents to 65 cents. I'd prefer to buy it over here and then wait for the following breakout. Usually I'm looking for that momentum, and the momentum is not the best here. If only we were closer to the bottom of a move and not actually seeing that larger move, I'd be a little bit happier here. Like change of character, buy on the MACD, buy on the stochastic. That's a better opportunity to buy. Although it kind of shook you out here, didn't it? That'd be kind of sketchy there. But this isn't on too many exchanges at this point. I think it's just ramping up on exchanges right now, and over the last week at least. 15. Yeah, at 15 looking bearish, of course. You guys can see how ugly that looks. But it's a smaller order block, so we might find some support there for the next half an hour or so. Bitcoin's still holding, so I think this will be fine. But this one definitely looks like it wants to come back down here to the low 60s. Not a terrible thing for it to happen. You can see how fast this thing can rebound when it wants to. It just looks like it's going down a little bit further for the next few hours or day or so. Have I tried the free Lux Algo range detector? I have not. I have not yet. I use a lot of the Lux Algo stuff, but I primarily use their premium stuff because I get it for free. I get stuff from Lux Algo, Chart Prime, and Sonar Labs. They all have their own things here. But I probably have to study up on it and how to use it and all that type of stuff. They have a pretty good tutorial page on their website, so maybe I'll do it sometime. Yeah, no worries, George. Happy to help you out. Can you please look at for Solana coin chances of pumping big time? Oh, you already asked about big time here. Can you please look for Solana is one of those things that's already been pumping up quite a bit, though. I think Bitboy was pumping that sucker every single day he could. There we go. We talked about this a few days ago when it was looking pretty bearish. It came back down to the support levels here. Nothing crazy going on. The 20-day moving average, it doesn't really matter as much on this one as I guess, it might on Bitcoin. We've talked about this a little bit. There's not as much volatility when we're around that 20-day moving average. Sometimes there is over here, but most of the time, not really, right? However, when it comes to Solana, now we're like with a lot of these other altcoins, we're just looking at these base uptrends, and we're hoping that we don't break down below them. If Bitcoin were to break down later on today, you'd probably see Solana come back down here to $61.37 at the most. At the the least, probably down here on $63.88. Not terrible here. MACD is bearish, stochastic is bearish. At least the MACD looks a little bit more choppy here because we did have this last big surge. But at the daily looks bearish. 4 hour bearish, very, very bearish. 2 hour bearish with some hope. 1 hour bearish with hope. Yeah, the change of character there too. And on the 1 hour, you're starting to see these breakdowns where there was a lot of opportunities earlier today where we were looking for pops, but those breakdowns, they hit us hard. 15-minute chart. It's bearish and bearish, but I would say there's more hope here. But you see that change of character there. Not really the end of it, but you want to watch the support level if you're looking for day trades. A day trader would be going long right here, anticipating some of these moves, but not my type of trade at this point. Hit that level of resistance and hit the next one. Let's go back over here. There you go. Hit the number one. Oh, no, it didn't. There you go. Came close to the number one. It kind of popped up again. I would have sold this thing a few weeks ago, to be frank with you. But I would have lost down some profit if I did, I guess. Yeah, but it's hit a pretty nice price target. Just let it cool off for a little bit. It may have to come back down here towards the low 60s or even the low 50s. But either way, they'd be good buying opportunities as long as Bitcoin isn't falling from the sky day after day after day. There you go. And Bitcoin's trying to hold. So we still have a move here. Not great, but okay. And Halo Jacket, Arbitrum, I think it's fine. I'm not going to really be trading it all too much right now, though. What's your problem? Bitcoin is not going to crash. It's going to rocket to the sky, but millions now. Well, on this channel, we do like day trading and swing trading. So there's different types of ways that people are going to be looking to make money. Like a lot of us on this channel, we all have long-term assets, but we're still making money on our day-to-day moves of Bitcoin. Like, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday or the day before. It's the 10th, it's the 12th. No, it was right here. We do day trades like this. We're buying at support, waiting for those oscillators to move over, and you make a few $100 here or a few $1,000, depending on how much money you put in there. That's what we really do here. But right now, basically, there still is a chance for Bitcoin to drop down and crash again. Yeah, I would just say be careful if you're going to go strong and long here, unless you guys have a good stop loss. But I think, yeah, as I said at the beginning of this video, stream, I guess, not really a video, but like I said at the beginning of the stream, if you are more of an aggressive trader, you guys are going to be buying at this level right here. That's what you guys are going to be doing. You guys are going to be buying. I'm not the aggressive buying type. I told you guys I'm just going to be waiting for like another 4 hours to see if Bitcoin can hold. It'll have a consolidation moment. The MACD right here will turn bullish, and I'll be on the 4 hour chart specifically. And I'll be happy to buy in here, primarily if we can get that breakout there too. I'm not really all too excited about buying right now just because we have that Fed meeting coming out tomorrow. There should be an article about it probably on CNBC, shouldn't there? Oh yeah. Stock futures tick higher as traders await Fed decision. There we go. Oh, it's Tuesday today. I don't know why I thought it was Monday. Jesus. Basically, I guess this article talks about what's likely to occur when the Fed session wraps up Wednesday as a policy turn away from aggressive rate hikes and towards plans for what happens next. Higher for longer, I guess. But that doesn't mean like for a very long time. I don't think they're really going to try to push inflation down too fast. I think the slow easing of inflation is kind of what they're hoping for. We got the, what is that here? While acknowledging the future acceleration in inflation could have forced the Fed to raise rates further, we think that a cooling economy is more likely and that the narrative should shift to in the direction of cuts over hikes in 2024. That makes sense. We just talked about inflation coming back down to 3.1. It's not the lowest it's been this year, but it's still looking okay. And then on top of that, it's an election year. Usually those people that control this data, they try to make things look a little bit better than they are, just because, of course, bureaucracy is politics. Very a potent version of politics, if you will. Just because, all of these people looking for more money and things like that, and appointment jobs, I guess is the correct term for it. I'm still learning and trading. Did you ever make a video using the Fibonacci tool? I'm fascinated every time you use it. I've put out a couple of videos. My videos are not meant to be entertaining. I'm trying to work on it here. But basically, yeah, they're pretty like dry tutorials teaching you guys how to use these tools very simply. But basically, when you're using a Fibonacci tool, you're basically looking for like on a retracement tool. It's a low and then a high. And then you just drag it out and you see those levels there. Maybe you can go into the settings and turn log on, log off. That's about it, as much as you're going to do, maybe besides changing the thickness of the lines or maybe even the colors of the lines. And then after that, when it comes to the Fibonacci extensions, you're looking for a low, high, and a low and kind of a trend. I have videos on it. There's also another website out there called Investopedia. They have a lot of resources for Fibonacci's. Too much if you ask me, but if you wanted to learn anything about Fibonacci's, that's a great place to start. And then of course, if you're just looking to see, hey, how do I put them in my chart and how do I use them, the simple stuff, well, not simple, but that's kind of what my videos are about. But if you want to understand something about the math and things like that, Investopedia is a good idea. And of course, ChatGPT has been getting better and better at teaching people what the indicators are actually used for. So if you went over to ChatGPT 3.5 or even 4 here, and you were to ask ChatGPT, can you explain how to use Fibonacci levels like I am a middle schooler or a high schooler or something like that, it would give you a pretty good idea of everything you needed to know, along with a video from YouTube, whether it's mine or anybody else's. It should give you the information you need to make to practice and get it done solid, have a solid understanding of it. When you draw your trend lines, do you always put them on the wicks and not the body of the candle? If so, it's a preference thing. I've seen people do it all the time. I use it in different ways. Primarily, I like the wicks because I've noticed that the wicks seem to be more accurate for me. I've seen people only do the body of candles, and that's fine too. Heck, I mean, I've seen people not even have wicks on their candles, which is crazy to me, but you see a lot of stuff here when you have, your friends that trade as well. Usually, if I'm looking at something in a longer or larger time frame or a larger chart, sometimes, let me zoom back out to 100. Sometimes what you'll see is people use the wick and the body and they'll make rectangles, and those rectangles can be kind of useful. So here's a rectangle tool that I have. That is not the right rectangle tool. Rotated rectangle tool. Like that. And you can just drag it out so you have like your own little order block zone. Some people like to have that zone there just as a little bit extra cushion. But that's up to each individual person. But yeah, I will use either one. I just find that using the wicks is a little bit more precise. Not the craziest, but just more precise. Like sometimes if you're going from like here, you're finding a resistance level, wick to wick, you're not going to be going from body obviously to body. That'd be crazy. But you could go from maybe body to body. I don't know. See that type of stuff doesn't work well for me. Have that breakout there. You know, wicks to give you more opportunities, I think. There we go. Pop this back up. What the heck is this? Is this, these are set to daily or something? Yeah, time for daily. Chart, and the 20 needs to get back over here to daily or chart. Let's pop this open right here. You know, honestly, I don't think I've checked some of these out in a while. Is it GAN? I don't remember if this is the right one or not. No, Bitcoin. I forgot I have some old ones here. Tutorials for channel, 6 Bitcoin charts, testing out for tutorials, subscribe. Main Bitcoin GANs. Let's see if this is the one. No, this is old. I used to have a chart here that was had GAN boxes and stuff like that, but I don't see it here. Extreme test out. It's copy trading. I haven't seen this since 2022, so that's definitely a while ago. The streams looks work. I thought I had a good cluster one here a while ago. Well, here, since Bitcoin's not doing anything right now besides testing out some support, let's do this. Okay. Oh, I messed up something almost there. And again, Bitcoin's still consolidating here a little bit. That's not the one I wanted. Okay, and why does this keep going back to, no, why does it keep going back there? Chart. But you know what, actually, it doesn't freaking matter. We're looking at GAN boxes here. What's the best one for this, actually? Drag this over here. There we go. Okay. Let's try the shorter term one. We might have a better idea of what's going on. Oh, okay. No, there you go. Yep, okay, perfect. And no, I don't want to do it this way. I want to do it this way because I want to go up to use the highs of this since we now have that high in hindsight. Oh, come on. There you go. Did they change this? They changed this tool. This is going to drive me nuts here, guys. Sorry. If I go back over here, can I? This should not be locked at a 45-degree angle if I take off the price of bar shirt. No, they did change it. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Not the way I thought it was going to go, but I can use this. Oh, no, I was using GAN square fixed. Okay, that's my bad. I was stupid for a second. There we go. Yeah, colors are different. Everything's better. Uh, 87. Let's make those lines a little bit thicker so you guys can see what's going on. the best way to go about this? Oh wow, yeah, we got to go to 360, don't we? Yeah, okay. This is a weekly chart too. Yeah, shit. We're at 200. 250. Let's go 200. Is that too small? It's not bad. That's worked in the best. Probably should have done this using the first one from the lows of last year. But let me just see if there's anything in here. I mean, yeah, we're testing out some levels of resistance and support. I don't think it's actually too crazy here. We're still looking to go higher. Let me add on the angles here just so I have a little bit of an extra idea of what's going on. They match up with there. Nothing. I mean, a little bit in hindsight that was helpful, but not really. You know, I thought we might get back up here towards $46,000 or so. I still think there's an opportunity. It looks like there's going to be more resistance, though, really in January. I think things really don't clear up for a while, don't they? Don't worry about all these angles, though. You guys don't need to know how to do this. I have tutorials on it, but nobody wants to have their screens cluttered like this. It's it's freaking horrible. Okay, let's go back over to the daily chart. Yeah, rode it for a day, come back down towards support. We're getting squeezed by a bunch of stuff here, aren't we? I would still say we're in a good spot. And we have our support level kind of right here around 39,862 if you guys are looking at some of those GAN box levels. Let me change it up here one more time. Let's go back over here to the weekly chart. Make sure it's still locked. And we'll do a smaller version of it now that I know how to not use the GAN square fixed. Like an idiot. Oh yeah, we don't have to go to 360. Let's go to 90. We're at 575. Oh shit, that's really high. Let's go to 200. I think 200 might be it, but 200 might be. Oh shit, that's not it. Go up to 500 then. All right. How's this been working since we've... I used to have this all set up and I lost it somehow. But not bad. We may even trickle back down here, but unless something really bad happens, we should try to be able to hold here and try to bounce back up. The only thing is you just see how much volatility there is here right now. So I'm just thinking to myself very fast. We have our levels of support. If we break down here, yeah, 37,000 might not actually be where we end up. We might just end up back down here towards 38.5. The only reason I was saying 37, I think, is because that's where the 50-day moving average was. But I guess if you give it a couple days, it'll be right up here. Oh no, it moved up since the last few days since we talked about it, but 37,736. Yeah, we might only drop back down to 38,530 if things get bad today. That would be a drop of what, 40,000, 39,000. You know, like 2,500. That's not terrible if you think about it. You know, especially because look at the rally that Bitcoin's had so far. I would say that's not too bad at all. I got back over here to the weekly chart so it doesn't look all nasty like that. If you want to make this more precise, I guess you could always do it on the daily chart, but I don't want to zoom in and do all that crap. It just looks like we got a little overextended here, and that's pretty much it. But everything else is working out pretty well. Because we're looking at 500 for the top here. We're at 90. I mean, maybe I could try to do one thing here very fast and just spread this out into... we don't need 360, but... this kind of makes it over-exaggerated, just like the other one here. Sorry, there you go. Now can I go to 200? No, I won't be able to. Actually, I might be able to. We are able to. Okay. Oh, shit. Let's lock this in before I break it again. Oh, yeah. 360. Step by step by step. Okay. This one would suggest we might come all the way back down to 37,758. But I don't think it'd be a clear straight drop. I think we'd have to take baby steps down there unless, again, Bitcoin really wants to flush us out. But that 50-day moving average should help us here. So if for whatever reason, you know, you see Bitcoin breaking down tomorrow, I'd probably be looking to buy closer to that $38,000 level instead of the 37,500, maybe $1,000 above that. 38,500 might be my first initial buy in here, hoping for a larger move to come a few days afterwards. Daily chart here, a little bit of a squeeze of all things. Not bad though. Let me go over here very fast. Let me just add on the angles. And when it comes to, I want to take some of this stuff off so it doesn't get so cluttered. Why can't I click on this? There we go. Just the Gantt box with angles. Okay, not terrible. This one's over here at 39,000. Over here, 38,854. So that zone in general between 38,500 and 37,500, or 800, excuse me, seems like it'd be perfectly fine for buying in there. This is just a preemptive thing if we do have a crash later on. But let's get out of that. That stuff, it hurts my eyes because it gets so messy sometimes. And most of the stuff you're seeing, you don't have to use anymore. You're just looking at a specific point in time. There we go. All right. And Bitcoin's still looking a little bit bearish, but hopefully trying to turn bullish here. And hey, Larry. Yeah, I've been trying to listen to more lo-fi music here lately. I was editing a video today because I'm trying to practice my editing skills still, and oh my god, I needed music to keep me going, even with my audio and everything like that. Although I think I have some type of weird inspirational music for my my next video. My next video is going to be the top 5 low market cap AI plays for 2024. So these are tiny market caps, like 200 market cap, 200 million market cap, excuse me. So high risk, but if any one of them takes off, you're looking at like another Tesla, which is going to be really fun. But you know, it's definitely a waiting game on those types of plays because not all of them are profitable. And you guys know how I feel about non-profitable companies, but you know, heck, you know, you got to wait a little bit before you get profitable if you want to get that big reward at the end of it. If we check 30-minute chart for Bitcoin, can we say there'll be a bull period for 30-minute chart? Oh, I don't even have the 30-minute chart on my things. 30 minutes. 30-minute looks bearish. You have a break of structure here. We're close to breaking down at support, and you're seeing a bearishness on the MACD that just flipped over about 15 minutes ago, half an hour ago, and you're also seeing the stochastic come back down a little bit. The last time we had all those things coming back down, I guess, was right here. The MACD crossed over, stochastic crossed over, change of character. It was right here, and it led to a pretty nasty downward move. If you want to go against and you want to be more of a contrarian, which is definitely a strategy here, I think the Lux Algo one actually has contrarian built into it. I think, or maybe it's the chart prime one. Let's go over here very fast. Price action concepts, or maybe it's signal overlays. I already have price action concepts, so it's not that one. Signal mode, contrarian and exits, yeah. And contrarian trader preset. It said to buy right here. That didn't really work out. So to buy right there. See, this is contrarian. It's like goes against the what you normally think of. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be more hesitant about buying in right now. You're really just looking to buy with this support. Your stop loss would be so tiny that it's okay to take this opportunity. But you know, you want to have that stop loss there because we're in a moment of higher volatility. What you're basically banking on is a 4-hour chart that we just managed to hold a little bit. I'm not a contrarian trader all too often. Let me go over here and do the Neo Cloud. You know what I should do, because I got too much shit on my screens here. I should go back over here, go to this chart, daily. There we go. Now open up the indicator and it'll make my my life a little bit easier. A little bit of bearish signal right there, a little bit of bearish one right there, bullish here. This needs to be fine-tuned for Bitcoin. That's what it needs. Confirmation, Contrarian exit. No, I don't want to be. We can Contrarian here. Yeah, the Contrarians haven't worked out the best at all on this one, so I'd probably say no. It might be working a little bit better with stocks, I would say. I don't need the dashboard down here. Reversal zone, perhaps? That'd be a nice thing to have. Yeah, that reversal zone. Oh, what is that reversal zone? Actually, I can use this. 39,000? There was a line at 39,000, but I think we'd probably come back down below that, because those dumps we've been seeing. Let me go back over here very fast, do the replay. What was that zone before it? That zone was 38,404 or 5. So just got back in there. That's not terrible. And trend catcher last one. Still okay. Still going bullish here. Relative. And we don't need to try anything else here. Not bad though. Contrarian. And preset. Let's go to Contrarian Trader. It's more, see, this is more of like, hey, you should be looking to sell some of your position. You should be looking to sell some of your position even if it goes higher. These selling opportunities are usually pretty good. Buy some here. Yeah, close your shorts basically. Yeah, this is more looking for, the way I trade, this is more used for, hey, you've hit a high point, you should sell. You've hit a low point, you should cover your short. And we're nowhere near to the bottom of this, which is around 31,000. I don't think we're heading towards 31,000, but that'd be a nice 10,000 point drop. But yeah, I'd probably be a little bit more hesitant about buying in right now. I'm much more cautious at this point. You know, when I see a day trade, I'll try to take it with you guys live. Right now, I'm in a cautious mode where, so I would say aggressive traders are going to be buying. Aggressive traders, yes, they are going to be buying right now. But I'm not an aggressive trader at this point. There's too many news events happening where I don't feel safe enough to actually buy. But I'm a guy that likes to, you know, make $1,000, lose $100. If I trade too much, I make $1,000 and I lose $300. Then I got to make another $1,000, lose another $300. You know, I built up my own strategy personally for me. So it's not the most bearish setup I've ever seen. It's just that I'm kind of more cautious at this point because the 15. It could have a crossover here pretty soon. That'd be nice. If we could just break above this level, this high right here, which was 41,040.06, I might be more inclined to actually buy right here and then go long for the short term. But, you know, when you look at this, you may be looking at a 0.5% or something. 0.5% isn't really going to give you all too much unless you're going crazy with leverage. And I don't want to really go against that, but you could say 5-minute chart probably crossing over. Cross over here, cross over there. Change of character hasn't come just yet, but we have had a change of character here. Yeah, for a scalp, 5, 15, 20 minutes, I'd play this up until just right here at this level. It'd be nice and simple. But again, the return isn't enough for me because I know that the fees associated with that going on that long for me, it would be more than the profit itself, which I've done before on accident, but not something I like to do. But yeah, this seems like an opportunity to buy on a very short-term scalp if you really wanted to take it. 1-minute chart looking kind of bullish here, although I don't look at the 1 minutes all too much. You see how we just had a buy signal right here. So, and a change of character right here versus here. Yeah, I'd be expecting some type of little poof right here, but that's all I would really want from the trade itself. There you go. Not my type of trade though. My scalps are like, yeah, we did this one the other day. My scalps are like buying here. There's my little thing. There you go. Buying here, selling here. That's about 45 minutes of holding. It works out. If I wasn't streaming with you guys and I was going to hop off the stream, I told you guys my price target would be up here towards 41,600 to 41,500 over here. That's kind of how I like to do that. But that was a 3-hour hold. and the profit from that was only going to be about 1.5%, but at a 30x leverage, so it would have been 30% of like $1,000, $2,000. So, you know, it's worth it for just working for a few hours or playing video games where you let the chart do its magic. But yeah, we're not seeing that same strength around here or that same volatility. This thing was just plummeting down. We found support for a little bit. Stochastic turned around. MACD hadn't turned around yet, but it did right afterwards. I kind of preemptively bought that MACD crossover before it actually happened. You could possibly do the same thing here, although the MACD hasn't had enough time to really get close to that crossover. The stochastic has crossed over, so you could take that chance. It's just and not something I'd personally look forward to. And hey, Junior Ross, dude, I appreciate it. Or Rio, excuse me. Thanks, man. I appreciate the super chat. What do you think Doge doing on the 23rd launch? I mean, it's probably going to rally a little bit up into that launch, and as long as nothing bad happens, you'll probably have some type of short-term spike because you're going to see Elon Musk tweeting about Dogecoin quite a bit. So really the strategy is to buy Dogecoin when it kind of lulls back down after all this chaos is concerned. And then from there, you want to have some set price targets on your futures accounts. So basically if Dogecoin pops up 20%, no, actually, like every 5% Dogecoin pops up, I'll have some different type of target price, excuse me. And then, you know, each time it breaks through that, it'll sell off some Dogecoin and I'll take my profits as it climbs. If for whatever reason, which it doesn't seem likely, that the rocket crashes or something malfunction or the launch is delayed, get ready for a pretty, you know, maybe a 4 to 5% drop as far as Dogecoin's concerned. It'll come back up after the drop, but people will definitely use it as an opportunity to short the sucker down. So there are some risks associated with it, but I'd be buying once things calm down a little bit. From there, after you buy, have those target prices, so it'll automatically sell off, because sometimes, you know, you're busy, like when the launch happens, I'm not going to really be watching it, I don't think, because here, when is the Dogecoin launch? Rocket. See, is it happening today? I mean, I guess I'll follow your advice and say what the date is, but basically, yeah, I'm not entirely sure when the launch is going to happen, but basically you'd be trying to play those rapid bounces, not so much a long proactive move. Those stop losses are going to help you as you grind up the stop losses and you move up the target prices at different levels. And hey, Delilah, when you say investing a tiny amount, what is that, around $100 or $200 for the small caps? When it comes to cryptocurrency, it could be anywhere from $50 to $500. Everybody has their own amount of money they're willing to toss in. I think the majority of people out there, they're probably looking at something closer to $100 to $150. If you are like living paycheck to paycheck and you really like don't have a lot of money, it'll probably closer to $20, because you want to be able to invest in multiple coins to get yourself diversified enough so no matter what happens, you're winning and you're not having all those eggs in one basket. When it comes to stocks, it's a lot easier because you can just dollar cost average for a long period of time, and you know you can be playing the long game. When it comes to crypto, you're usually playing for the cycle. You know, we don't know exactly how the stock market cycle is going to go, but you can dollar cost average as things get rough. Bitcoin's already kind of gotten to that rough spot. Now it's kind of having a rebound moment, things like that. You know, $50 to $150, but most of you guys probably $100 to $150. If you're living well, you know, you're really impoverished. Like when I grew up and I didn't have anything, it's like $50 a token, or maybe even down to $20 a token. And you're choosing like, you know, 5 tokens a month, or hopefully 5 tokens a week if you can afford it, things like that. And then you, of course, you're dollar cost averaging into them, so you could always add more if you wanted to, but sometimes you feel like $20 is enough, sometimes you feel like $100 is enough, sometimes you have, like me, I have thousands of dollars in STMX. I Didn't think I was ever going to get there, but it has this history of like popping really high, crashing back down. So I sell when it pops and crashes back down, and I use all the profits to buy even more STMX, and I accumulate more, doing that over and over and over again until I'm holding myself a nice little baggie of STMX, and I'm waiting to see where it goes during the altcoin season. But yeah, it all depends on your personal finances, depending on how much you want to invest in there. I typically say lower is fine. Don't feel like you have to. The easiest way to kind of think about it is imagine a token, and let's just say you get lucky and that token goes up 1,000%. There are tokens that we bought during the last altcoin season, that went up thousands and tens of thousands of percent in some cases, even like, 20, 30,000, like Dogecoin, because we bought Dogecoin, 0.0024, like really, really low. And yeah, I sold the majority of mine at that 50-cent mark. You could always go over here. Let me hop over here very fast. Let me find that website. You guys can kind of see me typing right here. Percentage increase calculator. If you go to this Omni calculator right here and you put yourself $20, increase of 1,000%, that turns into $200. All right. It is not going to be life-changing money if you toss in 20 bucks, but if you have an average of $500 over the course of a few months of investing, and the average return is 1,000%, that $500 turns into $5,000. But for each individual token, it all depends. You see $50, some of you guys may get a 5,000% token. That $50 turns into $2,500, but it's very hard for that to happen. You go over here to mycoinmarketcap.com. Year to date, Bonk up 5,600%, Caspa up 2,100%, Injective up 2,000%, Render up 934, Conflux up 659. So let's just go over here and say an average, like 1 year, 325%. This is not altcoin season, it's just a rally when according to Bitcoin, but still. 325, that $50 turned into 162. All right. Now, if you have, if you invested $500 in every token that you wanted to, I'd probably not do that. Let's do 250. All right. That 325% takes it from 250 to 812. But again, if you just get to that 1,000%, that 250 turned into 2,500. And then this is where people get really famous on YouTube. If they get something that's like 10,000%, that $250 turns into 25,000. But, that's $250 per token. So if you say, hey, I invested over the last year and a half, I invested $5,000 into cryptocurrencies, and the average was 10,000%, or you got lucky, 5,000 turned into 500,000. Really, $5,000, you're most likely going to get like 1,000% out of it. That 5,000 turned into 50,000. That's almost a down payment on a car these days. Well, it's more than a down payment on a car, but you get my point. But usually, you don't want to overdo it. Usually when it comes to me, I plop some money in there. If I notice the market's crashing a lot, maybe I toss some more in there, but I'm more inclined to buy when the market's crashing, or when the market's very boring. Though when the market's boring, I tend to buy, but nobody ever listens to me when I say that. The people that are here all the time, I guess they listen, but when I make those videos, it's not as exciting because nothing's happening. It's like, hey, everybody, I'm buying right here. Bitcoin's coming down a little bit. And, I'm like, okay, then I'm waiting. Then all of a sudden, boof. And then people come in here over here. Should I buy? Should I buy? Should I buy? And I'm like, well, I wouldn't buy, but that's because I'm the type of guy that buys down here. And then from there, you're like, well, you could buy it, but you got to wait for a smaller setup on the 15-minute chart or something like that, and then make that move. So if I went over here to the 15-minute chart or even the 5-minute chart, right? You got to wait for that next setup, that next breakout, wait for those. Everything was already screaming buy at that point. That's pretty much what you're waiting for. You probably have to wait for this move right here again. Yeah, breakout right there. Okay. And then from there you buy, and it keeps on going higher. But buying during those boring times or after a dump is usually pretty good for me. If we're going in the right trend right now, Bitcoin's not going in the right direction because we got flushed out here. Not the end of the world, but it should be fine. You can still see that bearish move happening. And the MACD on the 15-minute chart still hasn't even turned green just yet. To me. Let's go back over here. Bitcoin. There we go. Do I know Bob from KuCoin? I do not know Bob from KuCoin at all. I don't know many people. I don't know how anybody from KuCoin. Every now and again they message me because they want me to promote their exchange, but I don't have access to their exchange because I live in America, so I can't actually use it. So there's no reason for me to try. I am going to try to get some more affiliate links down below, so if you guys want to try out any exchange, I'll have the link somewhere down below. But it's just going to be a lot of freaking links, so I'll give like a brief summary of each token. That way you guys can kind of have an idea of what's going on, or not token, exchange. Do I like using trend-based Fibonacci extensions to take profits once you're in a trade? Yeah, typically I go for the 1 marker. So basically this is the way I look at it. So I'll just use this example from yesterday. We did a day trade here a couple days ago, and this is a very small time frame here, so bear with me. A low, a high, and a low. I tend to sell at the 1 marker right there, right? That's how I look at it. And I sold a little bit above it because it was spiking at the moment. I made some money and I was happy with it. You know, if you want to extend it off a little bit more, you guys can. But typically, you know, when you're kind of looking at these volatile moments, I tend to not do that so much. But this strategy often leads me selling maybe a little bit earlier than I should. But what I like about it is no matter what, I kind of have a profit. Sometimes I don't make as much money as I could, and that's okay. But I don't have as many losses when it comes to this particular type of strategy. There are other strategies where I get more aggressive and I lose more, but those are usually involving a lot less money, less capital behind them. When I'm doing a larger trade like a $5,000 or $1,000 with a 30x leverage or something like that, I'm much happier just to get in and out and kind of stay disciplined. Discipline will help you guys out a lot when you do this type of stuff. Right? And that's all. You follow the momentum, break a character, or change a character, excuse me. And then from there, you kind of ride the wave. There are other ways to do it. So I guess perhaps if I wanted to, I could do, well, it's not going to matter all too much on a 15-minute chart, is it? But I could go down here at that 1 level up here, and I could technically go down over here. Fib levels based on log scale, turn it off, and it just makes it move just a little bit. I don't really think it's important enough for a chart like this, though. Like I said, it's you want to use on daily charts and stuff like that. Most people would probably, yeah, I was at the bottom. There really wasn't enough time to really look at it so far. Now that we're looking at this stuff, you could also use it in the reverse like this. So a low, a high, a low, then a high, right? So sometimes you can do it like that. I'd probably be looking for a better setup than that, but you can see how we found some support right around there. Wasn't really, a little bit of support there, but not really a lot. That 1 level right here didn't really work out. Well, I mean, it did if you took the position where the selling started. Still sell. When was the sell signal matched up with this? So you would have traded it from here to here, which is like a cool 15, 30, 45 minutes or something like that. Maybe you got lucky and kind of played the dump a little bit more, but not really too much time there. It's been a while since I did the reverse one, though. Maybe you might want to check out pitchforks every now and again. Those are pretty fun, but I don't even think I could find a nice pitchfork for what we're looking at right now. This has just been a freaking mess here, hasn't it? Oh, clicked the wrong one on accident. And a little bit here, a little bit of support way down here at the overextended parts. Overall, a little bit here, not really something I'd be using all too much, but you can see how somebody might have, I guess, if they were looking to do a little day trading. Oh, they're probably looking at this, though. Yeah, an extra shade right there, and then it starts to make a little bit more sense, but I don't like that shade of color. There you go. And then here, Bitcoin tries to come back down. they're trying to push Bitcoin down right now pretty aggressively, and they're not really giving it much chance to breathe. I'm really hoping we get the opportunity to go higher here. You know, Bitcoin coming down is never a fun thing to watch for most people out there. And hey, Wilder, thanks for coming in and tuning in. I know I was almost not able to stream tonight, so I was happy I was able to rush over. I was just eating dinner before I went live, actually. Made myself a ciabatta sandwich. You know, ciabatta, some olive oil, some mozzarella balls, some spinach, some Oscar Mayer turkey, some Dijon mustard, some grape mustard. It was really good. And then some mayonnaise and spinach. The way to go. Although I didn't get enough water. I need to drink some water here, but I forgot to fill up my thing. I've been smoking my cigars, and I think I'm going to do a test trial of my cigars and crypto channel, the second channel I have, and see how that works out. And I don't exactly know how YouTube's going to respond to it, but I don't want to get them mad about this channel at least. So I'll be smoking a Padron 1926 Maduro 90th anniversary series. Was the 1926 series, excuse me, but the Padron brand, and then the 90th anniversary. I think it'd be good to try that out. And I'll clip it. I have a lot of cedarwood. I'll let the cedarwood on fire, and I'll toast the cigar, do the virgin puff, and it'll be nice. But I can't drink while doing it, but I wish I could have a nice little thing of scotch or something. There's a lot of decently priced scotches out there these days. A lot of them. Yeah, and I'll close this down. Bitcoin's breaking down off of this trend line now. Am I scalp reversing? Describe what you mean by scalp reversing, because there's like two different ways I could imagine that in my head right now. And hey, Dream Tanks, it definitely has been. I sold half of my Dogecoin at 50 cents. I sold a little bit more at 60, a little bit more at 70. I think I went to 70. And then I've been buying some up every now and again, but I don't dollar cost average it as much as I used to. I kind of buy it on these larger dumps and I just kind of hold. So more one-time buying and less averaging, so to speak. Oh, and hey, Pharaoh Towers. Zero chance Bitcoin crashes. FED CBDC is nearly here. Fed needs dollars to trade die-off to replace it. So none of the USA questions Fed, CBDC. CBDC will be next. Stimulus, Fed funds, and say. I mean, you could have said that a couple days ago, though, and it still managed to crash quite a bit. I'm not talking about a crash to like $10,000 or anything like that, but we could definitely drop down another $2,000 today easily. If we don't have a good FOMC report and we see that breakdown happening below the 20-day moving average. We're bearish right now in the daily charts. We really need whales to come in here from a technical aspect to really clean things up for the nasty technicals that we're currently seeing. The 4 hour is going to be the best opportunity for that, but the 4 hour really isn't there just yet. We would have to consolidate and stay at these levels for maybe at least another 4 to 8 hours. And then from there, you can start to see that momentum shift enough for bulls to feel the confidence to really start to rally this sucker back up. Maybe, you know, another $500 to $1,000 by the end of the day tomorrow. See. And hey, Wilder, yeah, I mean, it's really a 38,500 to 37,500 level if we really get into some dangerous territory there. And for that, I was basically using a little bit of Fibonacci's 50-day moving average, and then we pulled up some old Gann boxes, or Gann boxes and Gann squares, and just tried to see where those levels of support were. Not so much the angles, because I don't like to use the angles all too much, just to kind of have an idea of how useful they are in the relative moment. But 38,500 to 37,500, that $1,000 range seems perfectly fine for me to want to buy in somewhere down there. And then after that, I'd be looking for that consolidation to hit before I double down, because I want to see it slow down, small reverse, some type of breakout, if you will, with a change of character and the stochastic and the MACD, maybe even the RSI having a crossover as well, so I can really confident because of the volatility that be entailed there, and then see where it goes. At this point, though, there's still some hope that we can turn around to be bullish. We just have to hold these levels for just another 4 to 8 hours, and you guys should be good. Me being a little bit extra cautious here, what I'm really looking at is, hey, can we just break out above this? That'd make my life so much easier. Aggressive traders are buying right now if they believe it's bullish. You're kind of at a support level. The stop loss is so small. Why not take a trade, so to speak? So if you're bullish traders, that's what you're looking for. Daily, obviously the 4 hour, just really haven't. Actually, we're seeing an acceleration of that downward momentum right now. We're not even seeing the MACD actually go back up at this point from, like, you know, candle to candle. So hopefully that can change up a little bit. But even if you look at this chart here, it doesn't look like there's anything disastrous going on. Sure, we had that nasty wick, a lot of liquidations because everybody was buying up a ton, you know, over the past few weeks. Now everybody's looking to see what's going to happen next. We did have that death cross happen a few days ago. We've come back down a little bit, not a few days ago, a few hours ago. We have come back down since then. But look at that 20 moving average in the 4 hour chart is going to be a huge bullish helper, so to speak. If we can just consolidate a little bit longer and really blast up above it, we're cleared to go back up towards 42,000 to 42,500 easily. But again, we just have to kind of wait. Aggressive traders will buy now. I'm not trying to be aggressive. I want to wait for that MACD to cross over, and I want to make sure that stochastic crosses over. 4 hour, not there yet. 2 hour, it's there. Choppy, but it's there. You're just not seeing that change of character, that big bullish move to happen. So I'm not, again, not really happy about it because the chart itself isn't matching what I'm seeing with the oscillators. The 1 hour chart, I mean, just talk about being mixed right here. You know, it's choppy. Stochastic is choppy as well. It was bullish and went bearish, and that's not what I want to see at all. Then, of course, the 50-minute chart is trying to turn positive, but every single time we get close, we end up having a little bit more momentum on the downward side. So even there, we're getting a little bit more choppy here. So waiting it out. The last signal that we had was a sell. Yeah, a sell. I mean, you could have had a green signal here, MACD crossover here. But that one doesn't really make too much sense to... maybe. In hindsight, maybe it just looks like so bad, but here, the double bottom really isn't coming back down properly. But this one changed of character, sell, came back down for like another hour or so. I want to see at least that change of character to come back over here, preferably if we break back above that 41,000 Wilder. I'd be a little bit more optimistic. But right now, it's just a waiting game. Aggressive traders are taking their opportunities. I'm pretty much sitting on my hands and be like, okay, well, there's some stuff that can go down. I don't want to play. I don't want to play with this right now. Last thing is look at that 2 hour chart. We're going to get squeezed between the 20 moving average and the 200 moving average. I really hope that we can actually break out above that 20 instead of breaking down below the 200. That would be such a help for where Bitcoin can go later on because, you know, next hour and a half or so, if we're not careful, Bitcoin's going to be down like 500 points for the day or something. And so far, we're only down change. Oh yeah, we are 500 points down. Well, we could be down 1,000 points for the day, or $1,000 for the day. Not terrible, but you know. Just there we go. There you go. I'll add that little sub area in there too. And I mean, we're trying to hold. I mean, it's not like we're just crumbling out of nowhere. It's just patience is really the key here. And no worries, Andy. Happy to help you out. And hey, Dream Tanks every dollar cost averaging. Also, holding till maybe mid-2025. We'll see what happens. It's definitely nice to have some of those longer term plans so you don't have to freak out every time Bitcoin goes up a little bit or Dogecoin goes down a little bit or, you know, up a little bit as well. Same trade reversing with the trend, and also as long as possible, as high leverage as possible, it's fun times. I don't really try to trade with too high of a leverage. Typically, it's going to be anywhere between 10 and 50, but I know in some exchanges you can go up to like 225 or something crazy. For me, I'm usually holding a position for a few days. So I'll buy, it'll pump up 3 to 4%. That 3 to 4% will be like a 20x leverage or a 50x leverage, and you can make a good profit there if you're holding like $1,000 bet. You do that a few times a month, you're making like $5,000 to $10,000, and you're good to go. If you want to get more extreme, you guys can definitely put money down. You make tens of thousands of dollars every day, yada yada yada. But I'm much more of a cautious investor when it comes to that type of stuff. I've had a lot of friends lose a lot of money, and I've had a lot of friends make a lot of money. I just don't want to go bust here. I'm pretty frugal with my money overall, but I want to make sure no matter what happens, I can always be trading, help take care of my my sister, and she's in college and stuff like that. Gotta protect my money. Although I guess I got stocks for that too. Yeah, an AMP. What's AMP doing? Doing anything? Do I even have it on my list? Thought I had it, but I guess I don't. There we go. Well, if it's not on the bottom here, I must have actually had it here all along. AMP at. There's Ape, ADA. AMP. There you go. Now I don't know why I did that before. Oh boy, that sucker. 15-minute chart looks like it could be a buying opportunity here really soon. But besides that, bearish on the 2, bearish on the 4. Looking like it wants to come back down here towards the mid 3s from like the upper mid 3s where it is now. 0.003, so to speak. Nothing too crazy here. Just a little bit of a reversal. The daily MACD still okay, showing the weakening of the momentum, but not terrible here. Weekly chart. Change of character. We're just dealing with a large fair value gap here. I wouldn't be buying at this time relative to everything else going on, but you're seeing that the momentum is still there. Daily, fine. Let me... There we go. Some of these songs are too slow. There you go. A slight amount of bass will help me out here. Oh, it looks like you have a little bit of support around here, around 0.0034, kind of in that mid zone we were talking about. I might wait to see if this thing gets down below this, and that'd be my buying zone, actually below this level, getting closer to 0.00322. Let's hop back over this one. The 4-hour chart, you're probably going to be looking for, yeah, never mind, you already had that breakdown so far. Whatever small uptrend that was, it's breaking down right now. So yeah, give it some room. You might be able to buy it back down here at 0.0032. If you're looking at Bitcoin never dump anytime soon, that'd still be a really good opportunity to buy it down there for a nice 1 to 2 day hold as it kind of whiplashes back up. Just be careful because it might whiplash back up, make a lower high over here, then continue to move back down here towards 0.0025. Only because this thing rallied up so fast. When this support level kind of falls, we're really coming back down here quite fast. Maybe coming back down here to 0.0027 instead of 0.0026, but still relatively, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a pretty bad downward here if it can't hold itself back up. Yeah, no worries, Wilder. Hopefully it ends up working out. I'm hoping that we can just outlast this. There's normally I like to look at the momentum here. We had the stochastic crossover, but it crossed back over to being bearish. The MACD hasn't come back over, and we haven't had the breakout here. You know, give it another few hours. You're going to see that 20 moving average and the 4-hour chart come down. 200 continue to move up. That squeeze is going to be really nice. And then after we break out, hopefully, then we have to squeeze between the 50 and the 200, which again will be a good move here. But preferably, I'd like to see a stronger move here because that'll help us stop any death crosses that are going to be coming our way on the 4-hour chart. Plus, you could almost say this could be some type of bottom with a bottom break above the neckline over here, 42,134, surge back up here to $43,000 with a double bottom play. Hopefully that'd be the working here, but again, the daily chart is so bearish that it's just like yuck. Jerome Powell is our only hope. You know, you're our only hope, Obi-Wan Kenobi. We got to be saying that to Jerome Powell tomorrow. He needs to be as dovish as possible, but he won't be because he can't be. So makes things a little bit more difficult. But again, you know, we're at 41,000 Bitcoin. it's still been a great time. I'm not really complaining that we've had a few $1,000 drop. Bitcoin's still been booming. You guys should all be very excited about where Bitcoin's going over the next few years. Yeah, the 2-hour chart definitely looks pretty rough. When I'm in the zone, Red Mist, Ethereum Classic, it's on the minute. Red Mist, Ethereum Classic. Oh, I mean electronic music, perhaps? Yeah, because probably not talking about Ethereum Classic here. What do you call, I don't know. I listen to all types of music. Well, see, remember, guys, I have, so for those of you guys that don't know, maybe reading for the first time, normally I have, like, lights and stuff behind me. Not, like, luxury lights, but, like, studio lights, so maybe nicer quality. But my place flooded a couple weeks ago, and they're still working on fixing it up. So you can see my floor is messed up. There's like $1,000 speaker just like shoved into the fucking corner. Like $4,000 TV not being used right now. Wires all over the fucking place. Only silver lining is it's giving me an opportunity to dust everything off. Literally the only silver lining with all this. But yeah, a roller for my back, a light for taking Loki outside, and you can see some of those like smaller lights that glow up pretty bright. Yeah, it's pretty fucking rough here right now. I'm waiting for the insurance to go through the process and give me the money to pay the contractors so they can, because they've already dried everything out, but they have to reinstall the floorboards. They have to repair some of the walls and all that type of crap. So, you know, I'm not in my peak form right now. Thinking about trading for a living than doing YouTube as your secondary gig. There's been a couple events this year where I have not been able to stream for multiple weeks. It doesn't affect my income, which is very nice because I only make like maybe $1,000 to $1,500 a month off of YouTube. It's definitely not a lot to live off of in Washington State. It's pretty darn expensive to live over here. And hey, Andy, on my 4-hour chart, did I draw that red trend line in myself, or is the Smart Money Concepts indicator? So this one right here, I drew this on myself. It's just the low from when we had that nasty wick down a while ago. You could even move it down over here if you wanted to. It's not going to be the biggest thing here, but probably that's the best way to go. So I will use either the price action concepts, depending on the stream, or the Smart Money Concepts. The price action concepts is a paid indicator, so I usually will use it more just because it has more little bells and whistles. This guy says low. Well, I don't have anything for you. Sorry. Hi. His butt shaking. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll play with you. Basically, there's a paid version and a free version. The free version is still very good. It just doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. That's the big thing, right? Reason why you would pay for the paid version. But if you go over here to the price action concepts, which I'm using right now, it'll put order blocks on here for you. One of the things it can do for you though is if you come down here, let me just zoom in quite a bit for you. I have a link down below for it too if you wanted to. I think I have like a 30% off coupon if you wanted to take it. If not, don't worry. There are settings you can put on here. Where are they at? Yeah, trend lines. So you can have it do the trend lines for you, the patterns for you, the equal high lows, long-term or short-term, liquidity grabs if you wanted to, fair value gaps, premium discount zones, high-low MTFs. This is an expanded version of what's on the Smart Money Concepts. This is included in Smart Money Concepts. Fair value gaps is included in Smart Money Concepts. Liquidity grabs I don't think is in there. Equal high low is in there. Patterns and trend lines are not in there. I would say the trend lines are okay. They're not the best. So if I went over here, I'm zooming in quite a bit, aren't I? So if I wanted to, I can turn on patterns. And you can see how crazy Bitcoin is. So the pattern's probably not going to work all too much here. Let's go to the hour chart. Nope, this one's not even working properly. You have to fine tune it to 10, maybe. No. There you go. It's just, if it consolidates too long, sometimes it looks weird. But if you can learn how to adjust it. It's not like it's broken. You just have to adjust it, which is tedious at times, but okay. So you can see that support line on the bottom here. Hopefully we can have a breakout in the future, but this is a huge, consolidation zone as far as this is concerned. But you can have that. You can have trend lines on here. You can have as many trend lines as you want, like 20 trend lines, as long as it stays within the memory. If it's not within the memory, it'll give you a little like a exclamation point that's red here. And see, resistance level, breakout, buy. You can put oscillators and other stuff in there. Oh, a breakdown, you can short, whatever. Scalp, whatever, change of characters, selling signals right here. A buying signal right here. Hasn't really had a buying signal yet here, but there's an opportunity for one, so to speak. And you can fine tune all this stuff if you really wanted to. Okay, or you can just have 5 trend lines and it'll cut down a lot of these out. These older ones from way back over here. See how there's some trend lines still around here. Trend line breakdown, we came down, woo. Trend line breakdown, we came down, woo. Stuff like that. But yeah, let me go back over here. But there's a lot of hidden tools over here. But I mean, all of these have their own uses. So that was Lux Algo's one. If you go over here, let's not go to the back testing system. Let's go to Chart Prime Smart Money Concepts Bundle. This takes a little bit longer to load. It's a whole different vibe here. Like, it automates a lot more. A lot of the default settings that are off on Smart Money Concepts, they're added onto this one as they're just on. Order blocks, you can change it, everything like that. I like Luxalgo's a lot better. This thing is just a clusterfuck right here, which is why I don't use it. All these fine-tuning things, no. They haven't done a good enough job of teaching people how to use this, and I don't even know, because if I change stuff up a little bit, it'll give me some signal saying, hey, the memory is taking too much and it's a steady error, which I just absolutely hate. Extended mode, chart, week, 3, zone label position 2, 3 month, midterm mode, number precision 6, I don't know. I have no idea how to use this at all. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different types here. And you can see that support level there, some OBs. These are actually not too bad, but I prefer to use these order blocks a little bit differently on Luxalgo's oscillator. And then there's Sonar Labs Smart Money Concepts. It looks a lot different here. Just let it cook for a little bit. There we go. See, different change of characters. Has trend lines on it, break of structures, buy side liquidity, strong swing highs, sell side liquidity, swing low, stop hunt. Again, you can go to close versus wick, swing type adaptive or natural, show previous structure all. There's a bunch of settings you can go in here as well. There's just so much. There's so much to look at, and I don't like it. I'm a very simple guy. And of course, people don't look at it too much, but the oscillators on Lux Algo, Chart Prime, and Sonar Lab, I think they have oscillators. No, they don't. Well, you got Chart Prime oscillator, and then you got Lux Algo oscillator matrix. So the top one is Chart Prime, the bottom one is Lux Algo. Lux Algo loads fast. I never have any issues with it. It's nice. I have ADHD, so if something's not immediately happening in front of my eyes, it's a disappointment. Both are telling you different stories here, basically. You can see those different bands, but Lux Algos has a little bit more lag in it for me, which I kind of like here as far as some of these pops, especially with that midline there. Go over here to a daily chart with Bitcoin. Actually, let's go to a weekly chart. All right. Both give you decent buying opportunities over here. Show you different types of, what do you want to call it? Divergences, excuse me. They tell you when something's a little bit more bearish, just to be cautious. A buying signal over here. I wish Chart Prime would have given me a buy signal over here, but that's okay. Usually give me a buy signal over here. Same with Lux Algo, things like that. They usually work out okay. And of course, Lux Algo, you can come out here, change all the settings for main length, and do this type of stuff. Hyperwave, custom alert creator, and then of course the same thing with chart prime. Divergences, it could show that onto you, and it'll probably pop up here. It's not showing, I guess I'm looking at a weekly chart, so it's probably not going to be as powerful. But yeah, bands on off, you know, band break off. You can add a whole bunch of different things here if you wanted to. But there's just so much to do in all these indicators that it takes a while to learn how to use them all. There you go. And there's often a lot of free indicators that are useful along with these, like the divergence for many indicators version 4. We were talking about some divergences happening a couple weeks ago, or last week over here. But we really weren't paying attention to them too much because there wasn't a large amount of them. So there's an indicator over here in my favorites called, there we go, Divergence for Many Indicators version 4. And you'll see a little pop up here. Oh, there was 4 actually. Oh, but this is a 4-hour chart. Okay. Usually you want to see 2 to 4 before you start thinking about actually following through with it. There was one right here, not 2. 2 worked right here. 1 kind of worked, but really took a little bit extra time. 3 worked there. 4. Typically what you're looking for is regular and hidden, though, not just regular. Only show last divergence because who wants to see all the past stuff? And it'll condense it down to this. And you have 1 and 1 right here. This one worked out well, but honestly not the best. Minimum number of divergences 2. That kind of filters out both of these things right here. Oh, then it goes to the previous 2. Okay, there you go. So sell signal kind of came in through right here. You could attach that to other oscillators and stuff like that if you wanted to, but really it's a divergence thing. It's not necessarily just the crossover, it's the divergence occurring. So there was an RSI divergence, a stochastic divergence, a CCI divergence, and an MFI divergence as well. Over here we had 5 buy signals right here. That worked out for all of about 8 hours, and then would come back down. You know, so it's not 100% accurate, but usually it's really helpful. There's a lot of free tools on TradingView that you guys should really learn how to use. I have a bunch of videos on how to use these and strategies, but again, they're kind of like how I just explained everything was pretty dry. Those videos are going to be pretty dry too. Now let me zoom back out here. Hey, Monster, I think Jasmine will get back up to all-time highs, but it's just going to be one of those painful drags that you just have to deal with, like the majority of other crypto coins out there. I dollar cost average into it every now and again. The social media aspect is still there. They're still tweeting. They still have a lot of followers. They're still getting pumped up on Reddit and StockTwits and all those types of places out there. But really, it's more of a waiting game. I don't want to continue doubling down into it because I do have some. But I think it's worth just holding. I think there's like a 80 to 90% chance, a really strong chance that they get back up there. I haven't seen anything necessarily like really nasty about them. I would say, oh wow, that's going to stop them from getting followers to go higher, especially when the bull market kicks off or altcoin season kicks off specifically. Oh, I have no idea when insurance is going to be paying this stuff. Basically, like all of Washington got flooded. So I got flooded because of pipe issue, like a soft clog or whatever it's called. So nothing like crazy, but enough to, like, you know, have water come over. Want to make sure everything's dry. You know, it's fine now. But around the Puget Sound, it's just been freaking pouring rain all day, every day. And so depending on where you live, it's like there's the ground can't hold any more water. So some of those people that live under sea level, their house has been flooding, and so insurance is dealing with all that clutter all at once, and they're trying to figure out what to do. I think if I go over here to the Weather Channel, power station explodes. We can watch that very fast. Wow, what awesome footage that is. Well, that's a cool explosion though, nonetheless. Even though it's raining or storming and stuff like that. In Tennessee though. Yeah, damn. Luckily, I still have power for now. But it's like 39 degrees in Tacoma. 10-day average. 10-day average. There you go. Oh, it's actually not supposed to be raining too much. It's mostly cloudy, then it's rain a little bit tomorrow. Cloudy, cloudy, cloudy. All next week is shower, 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 shower. Christmas is going to be showers. But I'm going to be in Vegas when the showers start. I'm in Vegas until the 23rd. So I'll be gone there for a whole 6 days, 5 nights, living my best life, smoking cigars and drinking fine alcohol. But yeah, it's been pretty abysmal with the weather over here lately. And hey, Andy, yeah, I remember the dynamic reactor. I haven't used that sucker in a while. But I used to work with Chart Prime. I don't know. I want to say it was in Q1 of this year. I think the owner's name is Alex or something like that. And then I've also worked with Lux Algo here. Lux Algo is a sponsor, but they just pretty much let me have their algos for free, and they're really they actually help me make content for you guys, which is really cool. Which is why I consider them a sponsor, even though they're not like paying me flat out like to promote them and stuff like that. Also, I definitely want to subscribe to the Cigars and Crypto channel. Will you let everyone know how to subscribe to it? Yeah, I mean, the easiest way right now is, because I don't have it like highlighted on my main channel, or can I highlight it on my main channel? I'm never afraid to show you guys how much money on my channel makes. I tell you guys all the time, it's like $1,000, $1,200. Customization maybe. So, add section, featured channels. Cigars and Crypto. There we go. It only has my face. I need to figure out how to change it. So it'll be at the bottom of my page, basically way down here. Publish, and you'll see my photo down there, which you guys can click. Or you guys can simply go over to incognito mode, or this is just me going to incognito mode, so it'll be more like what you guys see. If you just type in Cigars and Crypto, you're not going to see my channel pop up towards oh, you will. Okay, never mind. My channel's right there if you type in Cigars and Crypto. I'm almost done getting everything fixed up for it. I need to get a new picture here. And then from there, I'll be smoking cigars and talking with you guys. Probably do it by 2 times a week. I'll do a video, maybe one stream and then one longer form video where I just talk about some stuff going on in the market. Like, tomorrow with the FOMC meeting, I just break it down for like 10-15 minutes while smoking a cigar and relaxing and just vibing and chilling. I'll probably do it from the seat. I don't have my cigars down here. I have my cigars upstairs, but I got like 6 of these left, the number 90s, 90th anniversaries. I'll probably end up smoking the Maduro because the Maduros are so much better. I'm a weird guy because I like to have my cigars to have a little bit more humidity than normal because the smoke that comes out is so much cleaner to me. So my cigars smoking lasts a little bit longer than most. But that's an easy way to find it. How much lower do I see AVAX going? Breaking down below the 20, probably just back down to 32 at the most here, unless something crazy happens with Bitcoin. Really, anywhere between 32, 33 would be a good opportunity to buy back into it. At the high end over here, we have 34.26. That's not too bad. Along with the order block with it, you can see a little bit of support kind of bouncing off. I would expect it to break down eventually over the next few days, though, and then really this zone right here is what you're looking to buy. So 32 to 34, basically, $2 range, I guess. I'd be going for this close to the bottom of that. So if we're talking about 33, so low 33, not all the way to 32. That's where I'd be looking to buy. Still bearish on the 1 hour, still bearish on the 2, still bearish on the 4, just getting started on the 4. Daily just turning bearish on the stochastic, still bullish on the daily. So you might actually just have an opportunity to buy later on today or possibly tomorrow, and that might be the best chance you get for some type of short-term rip that comes back up. But eventually I still think it'll come back down in the medium term here. So short term, there's a little bit more hope here, but you can see how it's been falling quite a bit, especially on the 4-hour chart. Daily chart has a little more room. 15-minute chart really just showing you, come back down here, maybe towards the higher end again, towards $33. That's why I'd be looking to buy back up. Daily chart though. $33, $30. This zone right here is where I'd be looking to buy back in, anywhere in the zone really. How's this look here? 32. That one's at 33.84. This one's all the way down here at 29. Wowza. That's only if Bitcoin crashes tomorrow, $29. That's really if Bitcoin crashes. And Bitcoin is still trying to come down here bit by bit. Let's see. And hey, Walter, I won't be in Vegas on the 14th. I'll be there on the 18th. So 4 days later. I have to be here because before that, because I have to take I have to pick up my sister from college. She's in Bellingham, which is like 4 hours away from me, 3 hours away from me, I think it is. But I wish, oh my God, I haven't actually had a drink with many people in Vegas in a while. Normally I just meet random people, strike up a conversation, and off we go. Drinks and cigars, and I guess literally anything out there. And hey, wait, bro, insurance money takes months. Not always for me. I've had insurance money come in pretty fast sometimes. Sometimes it takes longer. But not always is it some type of long thing for me. There you go. How do I like my chair? I'm in the market for one, and a sit-at-home office chair all day long. Nice, good one. I mean, this one's pretty nice. It's a 8K racing chair. I think it cost me like $300, $400 or something. I think I got it on sale for like $300 or something. It's good. It's durable. I've had this chair for a very long time now, for about 3-4 years, and it's no, it's about 2 years. Sorry, not 3. Yeah, about 2 years now, and it's no problems with it whatsoever. It swivels, it rolls, it does everything I need to. It can come all the way back. It has come all the way forward. Neck support, back support. Moves around a little bit. It's really nice. It's I enjoy the chair quite a bit. I got the chair before inflation took over. So if you go over here to the premium gaming chairs, I don't know if they talk about the specific chairs. Products. I don't know what series chair I have. Holy shit, there's too many chairs here. Core series. This is a Master Series. I have no idea. I don't know what the difference is between some of these things. Oh, size chart. I got the extra large chair. Oh yeah, so it's like $569 now. Yeah. Oh yeah, Max. Yeah, so $569 is what it is now. I did not pay. I did not pay that much there. Oh wait, no, maybe I have the other one. I can see letters, but I can't actually feel them. It might be the Pro. I can't tell. I'm just looking at the pillow. The pillow looks more small like this one, and not like the other one that looked kind of paddy. See how big that pad is? So it's probably the other one. Just because I'm a larger guy, I need to have the larger chair. I'm sure if you went for like a medium one, yeah, they're way cheaper. They got some more expensive ones, but way cheaper. This has all this steel and all that other crap in it because I'm fat, but it works. Hey boy, there you go. Fuente Rare Pinks is that a type of cigar? I don't think I've had a Rare Pinks before. Normally I have Fuentes in my humidor upstairs. I normally go for the smaller nub ones for Fuentes. They're really nice and chilled. They're nice, good full body from Nicaragua, I think it is. Really nice cigars. Padron, I like the more medium cigars than their full-bodied cigars, although their full-body cigars are still really good. I like them a lot. I'm smoking a couple of them right now. I think I smoked 2 cigars freaking yesterday. And they're all like $30 cigars, so they're freaking more expensive than they should be. I think they're $30 cigars. No, they could be $20 cigars. I think it's just tax and stuff like that. The Padron 1926 series. Anniversary. Yeah. So if you buy one, can you buy one? I don't think you can. Well, if you buy a pack of 5, it's $117. Yeah, $117. So what is that? 5? Yeah, it's like $22, $23, something like that. So yeah, I guess if you bought them individually, it might be a little bit more. But I don't see them individuals here. So I got these ones, and I got white one too. One that comes in this one. Yeah, there you go. So they are nice. They're very, very nice. But why can't you buy just one? A single, yeah, single's $23.50. So not $30. Sorry, just $23.50. I don't know. Smoking $40 of cigars in one day seems crazy to me, but yet I do it. Yet I do it. Okay, I'm going to end the stream right now, guys. You guys know everything about my feelings at this point about what's going on. It's definitely been a wild ride here. But if we start to crash a little bit later on tonight, I'll be back on. I just got to let my dog out to use the bath and take him out so we can run a little bit. It's only 8 o'clock my time, so I have time to come back over here. Altcoins are coming down quite a bit today. Bitcoin really isn't, but you're seeing a lot of these altcoins kind of hover at these support levels. Things like AXS are breaking down below those previous support levels, so don't be surprised if Bitcoin takes even a little bit more of a nudge down. A lot of these altcoins are going to be, coming back down pretty darn fast, okay? So relax, enjoy the ride. As soon as Bitcoin starts making more moves, I'll be happy to kind of hop back on the stream. But until Bitcoin starts breaking back down below $40,222, I'm not going to panic all too much. If you guys are looking to buy and be more aggressive, this is the time to buy. If you guys want to be an aggressive buyer, your stop loss is going to be very, very small. Most aggressive traders are actually going to be buying right now that are full-timers. In my opinion, it's just going to be something of the risk is just too high for somebody like me because the oscillators aren't there just yet. It's going to be more scalpers and really short-term day traders. And then that's going to be my opinion on who's really buying right now. If you're looking for that full swing trade that breaks out in the future, probably not going to be what I'm looking for right now. I want to see that breakout. I want to see the 4-hour MACD crossover. I want to see the 4-hour stochastic crossover. And probably just to be safe because of what we have happening tomorrow with the FOMC meeting coming out, probably I want to see that RSI crossover. Do I got two RSIs here? I do. There you go. I want to see the RSI crossover, and it's almost there. It crossed over a little bit yesterday, or excuse me, 8 hours ago. But I want to see that consistently cross over there. Daily chart is nowhere near having that crossover at this point as well. So I'm patiently just waiting and watching, and I think that's the safest play for me to have right now until I see a little bit more price action coming in and seeing an opportunity. But you're going to see a lot of aggressive buyers come in here with those small stop losses. If you guys don't have access to stop losses, I would highly just say be very careful if you want to hop in here. It's just going to be a shit show going forward, okay? Thanks for watching, everybody, and please make sure to subscribe.